Good to go.
Okay, and we are in A605. Okay.
The email actually says A602.
Oh, shucks.
One of the emails that was, Dr. Archipelli like showed one of the emails and it said A602.
Okay, yeah, so I wonder if it's next, is that next
And
door?
A602? Yeah, that's that closet that's over there.
All right. I hope nobody's reading the closet. Thank you.
No problem. The other emails are right. The
Okay,
other emails that say A605.
okay. I was like, I just sent out one this morning. Did that say A605?
I think that's the one that you sent, the one that like, what's going on this week? Is that the one?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you want to intern in 602. Yeah. It has us in a totally different room. I hope nobody's over there in 602.
Oh, there you go.
Huh?
I was like, there you go.
Yeah, in 602. Oh no. I hope nobody's in 602. That email went out. That's from our chair.
If you have been one of the work study students, they could always print out a thing that says, move to A605, and they can go post it on N602's door.
Okay. Yep, it has N602 for next week too. Thanks for catching that, because, okay, we'll get started and go from there. So let's talk a little bit about the internship experience here at UHD. So on 3 topics: field experience, one-on-one, tales from the internship, and then future employment of communication studies students. So what is field experience? What's you all's classification so far? Junior.
Sophomore.
Sophomore. Okay, so for junior, have you started thinking about the internship experience? You have. So you thought about you do plan to actually enroll in the field experience course.
I believe because it's a requirement, so yes.
It's not, so field experience is not a required course at UHD. However, it is highly recommended. So for my sophomores in the room, as you all are looking at your plans for classes in the future, I want you all to definitely consider how will you work COM 4098, which is internship, into the plan. Hey, how are you guys doing?
We're waiting 604.
It was just, you guys were aware.
We were in North.
602. No,
No,
North
602.
602.
Was anybody else there?
There was people there, we don't know they were waiting, you know.
Was it really?
There was some people waiting like in the.
Can you do me a favor? I just realized the email has the wrong room. Will you please?
Sure.
Thank you so much,
You
Milton.
don't even know that?
Yes, and Milton's actually one of our speakers today. Thank you so much, Milton. So for those, what's your classification? Excuse me, what's your classification?
I'm a junior.
Junior, okay. So for my 2 juniors as well as my sophomores in the room, I want you all to start thinking about how COM 4098 can actually fit into your course plan. You have 2 opportunities to actually take the course, and so you can earn up to 6 course credits. What we'll find is that students take the course throughout their entire school year. So you'll learn that Milton took the class last fall. I have about 10 students that are currently enrolled in the course now. And so it's generally between 10 and 15 students will take the internship experience every single semester. Why should you take COM 4098? So I'm a part of a group called Leadership Houston. And in my class, it's a program sponsored by the city of Houston that trains up future leaders. And in the class, there's one of my colleagues that is sharing with me, Dr. Murray, my daughter graduated with a degree in communication studies from the University of Houston Clear Lake, and she's still working at HEB. And the first question I asked her was, where did your daughter intern? And she said, my daughter didn't have an internship. So I'm working with her daughter, who's no longer enrolled and she has her degree, she has absolutely no work experience. And so I want you all to get into your mind frame, you must have that work experience. because that's what employers are going to look for. Com 4098, of course, once you take this, you're getting course credit. You have to have at least 120 hours at the internship experience per semester, and it's not paid. Now, if you decide, let's say you take Com 4098 in the spring of 2018, and then in the fall of 2018, and then that summer you decide you would like to go for a paid internship, that's fine. But whatever you do, the internships cannot be paid for with the Com 4098 experience, because you are actually receiving course credit for it. 120 hours a semester for your particular employer. And so what paperwork do you need for Com 4098? I'm gonna check in and see. What?
So that it can't be a paid internship.
Cannot be a paid internship.
Because I had my conversation, that's why I thought it was a requirement, because it's one of the 6 courses that I need to finish off this degree plan, not including my minor. So it's like, oh, that's one of the courses that I'm going to take, but I didn't know that it couldn't be a paid internship.
It can't be a paid internship. So this is the actual application that you will submit the semester prior to taking the internship. So for my juniors in the room, let's say you all are thinking in the spring we're going to take Com 4098. We need to be working on that paperwork now. The internship fair is Wednesday. The reason why we're hosting this session today is to give you guys a heads up about the internship fair. But I want you all to just think about the information that's needed for enrolling in Com 4098. So here's the field experience application. This information is the second part that will be filled out by your employer. Was it anybody?
No.
Okay, thanks, Milton. And this is the job description information that you will have your employer fill out. And generally, when it comes to Com 4098, there's a pool of employers that I have as a field experience coordinator, but also many students can go out and actually seek their own internship opportunities. And at that time, that's when it's going to be really important to have this summary of responsibility, because I would need to contact that employer to make sure that they are actually providing these good services. Because the one thing we do not want our students to do is to sit in the office and to staple papers or send emails because somebody else in the office is busy. Like, that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to lead this internship with a job opportunity. Any questions? And then the last is just information that you would type. Now here's the second part of this field experience application. So good academic standing as a junior, senior, or graduate student, the minimal standards for your GPA and course completion, and then a valid email set from UHD. So for those students that say, I don't use my UHD email account, you need to make sure that you're using your UHD email account. You'll also need to supply your internship, not internship, I'm drawing a blank. You will need your resume, but your grade history, your UHD grade history. So fill out part 1 of the application, the part I showed you all earlier, have your supervisor fill out the second part, attach a copy of your resume, as well as your most recent UHD grade history, and then you'll submit the information to me. And then from there, the process is usually about 2.5 weeks for me to contact the employer, and then to go through and figure out, does this employer meet the requirements? I'll have a conversation with the employer and then contact you. Yes.
Currently, I'm an intern at KPFT, and I was talking with Dr. Rubicek.
Tatiana?
Yes.
Okay.
Not too long ago, and he said that we could do this again, like you can do the internship again, so you can do it twice.
You can take the course twice, up to 6 hours.
Up to 6 hours. So does that, like, do I get credit? Do I get credit still?
You would still get credit. So the issue is, if you're thinking you still want to intern with Dr. Rubicek in the spring, you have to fill out this information again, and then you will register for the course again, and you can take the course again. But then after that, the internship experience would be over. Great question. Anything else? Okay. I'm trying to see if Ronisha has any questions. Okay, no, she doesn't have any questions. And then that's the most important part when it comes to the field experience application. Other things that'll happen once you're in the course, you'll fill out a monthly timesheet to share your experiences with the internship course. You'll also have a end of the semester project. When I am communicating with the individuals that you will be interning with, they have to sign a memorandum of the Fair Labor Standards Act to make sure that they are abiding by federal regulations when it comes to you actually working for their organization. And that's it for that right there. So the paperwork. Any questions so far? No? Okay, great. So the next is tales from the internship. So I'm wondering, one of our former interns should be here. He just may be late, but we have two. One's a former graduate and one student is actually currently in the course now. And so let's pull two of the chairs to the front so you guys can just come up here. You want to sit or stand? Milton wants to stand.
I can sit.
Okay, let's pull two chairs. I think that's a freestanding chair. Is there another one? No, we'll we'll have you guys take turns. So, you can have a seat, Tatiana, and we'll have you come up next to you. I want to sit next to each other.
Well, we can share if you want.
We could.
Oh, there's this one here.
Tatiana, want to sit next to you? Okay. And so what I'm going to do is, if one of you all will wear this, the microphone, we're recording, and for our participant that's coming in from Zoom. Okay, and we're just going to take a few questions. So what I would like for you all to do is first tell us who you are, your major / what did you earn your degree in, and then tell us a little bit about your actual internship. So who would like to go first?
Well, my name is Milton Guardado. Graduated in this past May 2017 with a degree in communication with an emphasis in corporate communication. And what was the second question?
Well, tell us a little bit about where you interned.
Oh, I actually wish that I could take it back again, because after listening to what you just said, I wish that I would have been, I guess, more practical with the internship that I chose. And so I chose an internship that was convenient rather than more practical and useful. And so I chose an internship. I worked at an elementary school, actually middle school. It was a middle school. And so I work with young people. I work at a faith-based organization. I'm a youth pastor at a church in Galveston. And so for me, it was beneficial in the sense that I work with teens anyway. And so for me, it worked out. But as far as the practical tools of being able to apply communication, I felt like I could have gone somewhere else to learn that or to apply that. There, they did have me doing some mentoring, doing some working with students, tutoring, stuff like that. But I'm not planning to be a teacher. So it's kind of, to me, I felt like it was a little bit of a waste of an opportunity. And so that's where I did my internship. So it wasn't a complete waste, because I do love working with students, and I was able to have a partnership with them, continue that partnership even after I graduated. So even this past semester, I was able to work with the school, and it did open a lot of doors to be able to go in there and meet more people. So.
Okay.
Just like
Okay, well, my name is Tatiana Gago. Currently, I'm a major in communication studies with emphasis in rhetoric and public speaking. As of right now, I'm an intern for Dr. Rubicek's KPFT So What's Your Story show. Every Wednesday, I go, and my job there is to lead the soundboard, so be like the engineer. And really, basically, what you do is you control. It's actually really a bit complicated in the beginning. It's very overwhelming. You control the sounds, the volume of what's going on in the show. You put in CDs. You have to put in other records. You have to be able to multitask. So in the beginning, it does get a little bit overwhelming, but there is a lot of insight because this is media. So you basically get to learn so much on the rules and regulations that go on with it, and what can you say, what can't you say. I learned when I was doing this that your voice is delayed by 3 seconds. So if someone were to say something like one of the nasty words, you're able to dump it. So you just hit a button and then just that out. So you get to learn about all of these rules and just all the regulations that go on. You get a lot of insight of the type of people who work there too. I mean, at KPFT is a bunch of people who are a little bit older, so they're not really used to seeing like what's like, I guess, the new millennial type trends. So it's actually really good because not only do I learn from them, but they also can learn from me because you can see all the type of trends that's going on, and they'll get also insight from it too.
Okay, so the second question, would you all recommend the field experience / internship experience to other students? If so, why? If not, why not?
I do. I would actually recommend it. And besides, it is media on what I do, which can open doors, not just in radio, but also more like, now in TV. And you can also apply that now with social media. Social media is such a big trend now. Like there's a social media phenomenon going on where it's blowing up. So you can apply what you're learning there at the station with posting it like on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook even. So that's that'd be a pretty good use right there.
Okay.
I would definitely recommend that you take advantage of these moments where you're still at school, and you can also do an internship. I don't know if you guys have ever looked at a job site like Indeed and Monster. If you ever look at what their recommendations are, they always look for experience, right? And so I would suggest go look for your dream job, right? Look for your dream job. Look at the experience they want, and if you're going to choose an internship that leads you there, right? And so be practical in that sense, that you choose an internship that gives you the experience that you're going to need, so that when you do graduate, you have your degree plus the experience, and it'll be a lot easier to land a job, and at least you'll be ahead of the game. And so I know Dr. Murray has a course or a small thing on branding. And I don't know if you're going to do that with them. That would be great for them, especially if they're doing an internship, to be able to start branding yourself now, as opposed to after you graduate, so that you can, because when you do your experience now, and you're starting to do your experience, I would say that a lot of organizations are not only looking for experience, but they're also looking for your work. And so it's good to have your work documented, right? So because a lot of communication has to deal with a lot of marketing. There's a lot of marketing involved. There's a lot of different things. Social media is big right now, like you said. Social media is big. A lot of people are looking for someone to head up their social media. And so if you can document everything you've posted, everything you've done, everything if you've done Instagram for one of these organizations you're going to work with, document it, right? Take a picture or save it, and so that you have a profile folder, so that someone can ask you, well, what have you done? You just don't tell them, but you can show them, hey, this is some of the work that I've done. This is some of the stuff that I've been involved in. So they're not just hearing you; they're seeing your work, and they can actually see if it's quality work or not, if it's something that they want to implement into their business and stuff. So a lot of business right now, they don't, even though we know social media has been around forever, and you guys, it's second nature to you, but some of these companies really need people to work their social media. Some of these CEOs are old school. They don't know how to use social media and stuff.
When I've been on LinkedIn recently looking, and a lot of the positions on there, if you look up a communications internship, are super social media related or marketing related. Not really so much like, oh, you're doing PR, but definitely running their social medias and things like that.
Yeah, so social media, I believe that's obviously, we know that because we've been in it, but now the older group is coming in, and a lot of if you notice the trend, wherever young people were, that's where people go. So now like there's a lot of older people on Facebook, right? And so all the young people.
Seasoned, not old.
I didn't say old, I said older.
Seasoned.
Seasoned people. So a lot of seasoned people like your moms and dads and stuff, they're on Facebook right now, right? And they're not really on Instagram. So now some of them are now starting to go on Instagram, right? And so now they're like, oh, I gotta, So I would say, since you guys have that in, document what you do and set a profile, and if you go to her branding seminar, she'll tell you about getting your website going. I don't see why you couldn't have all that going on right now. Have a website that's yours, right? So when people say, hey, where can I find some of the stuff you've done? You can point to them and say, go to my website. And it takes you to my LinkedIn, or it takes you to whatever you got going on. So what I'm saying is, yes, be intentional about where you want to do your internship. Go start looking for, monster.com, Indeed. Find a dream job that you're looking for. Like what is when you graduate, where do you want to work, right? And go look at everything they got going on, all the requirements, and go try to meet those requirements while you're in school, so that you don't have to waste like 5 years plus trying to get to that requirement. You can only take 2 years, as opposed to 5 years experience.
What would you all say would be like 3 key takeaways from the internship experience? Like Tatiana, you're like right in the thick of it. You're considering the internship again for the spring?
I am.
Okay.
I mean, with it, you need to be consistent. You have to be very disciplined, and you have to be organized, especially because the show is live. So you have to learn also, I guess another 4th thing could be also time management. Because I have a story actually, like this happened last week. I got a little bit disorganized during the show. I lost track of time. I accidentally put in the wrong CD, like the wrong story. We caught it though. We caught it.
3-second delay.
Almost. No, but you do learn a lot from that kind of situation. Like you will make mistakes, and then just because you're an interviewer, there to learn. You're not supposed to be perfect. But just by being there, if you're going to intern somewhere, make sure that you actually want to be there. Because if you don't, then you're not going to learn. You're going to get bored. Because, I mean, for me, I really wanted to do, because as a child, I would always listen to the radio. I was not really much for TV. I kind of like the radio a little bit more, so I always wanted to see like what's the magic behind it. And it's more complicated than you think. So it's something that you really get to learn so much about. And if you're going to do something, of course, do it, but enjoy it. But sometimes you'll even realize maybe this isn't for me too, because when I realized when I was first starting off, I didn't really like speaking on air as much. I wouldn't want to be maybe a host, but I like to work behind the scenes. I like to be the one who creates the show, who produces it. I like to be the one who makes sure that everyone's going to enjoy the show.
Thank you.
I would say a couple things to consider when you go into an organization. Number one, serve the organization with excellence. So what does excellence mean? It means, being on time. And to me, on time is not showing up at the time you're supposed to be there, showing up 15, 30 minutes early, right? And so, serve with excellence. Be the kind of intern that one day you'd want to have when you're leading an organization, right? So what does that look like? So I really feel like what you reap what you sow. And so the kind of person you are, that's the kind of person that one day someone's going to be with you. So work with excellence. Network. Use your opportunity to network with people, talk to them, and not just be a taker, right? Because a lot of us, we're always looking into relationships as, what can I benefit from? What can I get from it, right? But be a giver. Say, hey, what can I give you? How can I make your life better? So as a intern, even though you're there for a season, just say, hey, well, what can I do? What can I contribute to make your organization better, to make you a better person, and build friendships that last. And I guarantee you that there's never been a time when someone invests in someone else that it never comes back, right? And so you never know who people are. Even if they're an intern under you, you never know where they're gonna go. And so if you treat people with respect, treat people with honor, and doesn't matter if they rank under you or you rank, whatever. Treat people the way you want to be treated, right? And so just treat people with respect. Don't be smug, don't be arrogant, treat people with respect. because they'd always come back, you know. So, and I would say have a teachable spirit, right? So learn, right? So have that go in it with the expectation to learn something, right? And so I honestly feel you can learn something from anybody. You know, it doesn't matter if they're beneath you or they work under you. I've been in ministry for the last 15 years, and I used to have a real tough exterior. Like I didn't think that people could teach me anything. And so one time there was somebody who just started the first year in ministry, and she gave me an observation, and I got upset because I was like, who are you to tell me what to do, right? And I really feel like that type of mentality, it puts a lid on your leadership growth, right? So you want to be able to have the kind of mentality that anyone can teach you anything, right? You can learn something from watching a baby, right? You can learn something from watching, an adult, real people. And so just be open to learn from anybody. So those are 3 takeaways.
Something else as you all were speaking, that's also important to consider, you're not only representing yourself at the internship, but you're also representing the university. And so I had an opportunity to take a tour of the 5th Ward about a month and a half ago, and I actually met one of the supervisors for one of our current interns. And I said, I just wanted to introduce myself, because myself and the supervisor, we have been communicating via emails. She would send in information about the student, but we had an opportunity to meet face to face. And I told her, I said, we have our internship fair coming up November 8th, and I was like, I'm extending the invitation. We would really like if you could participate. And she said, as long as you can give me another intern just like Jessica. And so I was like, thank you, because I know Jessica's a hard worker. And so to have that come from her supervisor, it puts pressure on the next person, but to also know that you're representing the university. And instead of now there's the opportunity for this semester, it was only 1 intern. She was like, can we get maybe 2 or 3 more from UHD Communication Studies, because Jessica did a great job. There was also an incident last fall with an intern who just stopped going. She just stopped going. And it was towards the end of October, and you have 3 major reporting periods because you have to get your 120 hours. And she just stopped showing up. And so the supervisor had to contact Dr. Hong, who was the internship coordinator at the time, to say, hey, where's this person? And I had to find out about this story this semester, because when I invited them to the internship fair on Wednesday, they declined the invitation. So that one student, hey,
Hi.
were y'all in N602?
Well, we had class first.
Oh, come on in. Okay, no, there was a mix up in the room. Okay, great. But it was that one experience with that student that has essentially ruined the relationship that UHD has, right, with our department. One more question for our panelists. Can you all, the internship fairs on Wednesday, can you give them, the next slide, we'll talk about some internship fair do's and don'ts. Can you guys give them some, some advice on what they should do at the internship fair on Wednesday?
I would say, go in there and know what you're looking for, so that you know what to ask. So know what you're looking for, so that you can have a ton of questions to ask. Remember that you're the one, you're the prize, right? So go in there knowing that you're the prize, you're the one you're looking for. And so I think a lot of times we go in there intimidated, right? Because they're the ones that are doing the hiring, right? You're the prize, so you're the one that knows what you're offering. And so you're the one that's going to be selective. So make a list of everything that you're looking for in your dream job, and then from there assess which internship is going to be your fit. Go to every booth, even if they don't match what you feel like you want to do, right? And so I really feel like sometimes something different is always good for you, so that you can learn from different aspects or a different point of view. And so find something that maybe there's something different. Maybe you're in communication, there's something in education. You're like, that wouldn't fit me, but let me go ask anyway. So just ask people. The way I feel is like the more options, the better, right? And so the more people that you approach, the more people that you get information on, the better information, the better you can make an informed decision.
Okay.
Where is the internship fair?
So it's going to be in the Milam room on Wednesday. So at the end, I'll pull up the flyer with the correct information. But it's Wednesday from 11:30 until 1 in the Milam room.
Well, for me, just simply go in with an open mind, ask a lot of questions. If you don't know something, it's better that you ask them a ton of questions because it does show that you are ready to learn. You do have that passion that you want to learn, you want to get something out of this. Don't, like he said, you're going to probably feel intimidated because these are people who've done this longer than you have. But again, you are an intern, you're a student, you are going to make mistakes. But the thing is, you just have to learn from those mistakes. That's a cliche, but it's true.
So this will be like my first real like actually attending a fair, and I'm nervous because I went to like not like actual fair, but when I was at Lone Star there was like a thing going on where there was like colleges there, and the people like the recruiters were like talking to a lot of people, and so like I was nervous or I was uncomfortable because like I didn't like hey like I want to talk, like I have questions, so then I would just like walk away because I didn't want to like
Do you all want to speak to that? I have advice.
I think that in that case, just get their card and send an email. Because you can, they're gonna forget your face anyway. So, but if you send an email, you can be more articulate, right? You can take your time writing exactly what you want to write, and you can present yourself in the manner that you wanted to present yourself at that time. So I mean, there's always room for second chances and stuff. So that's the great thing about big groups like that. That those recruiters won't remember your face. They won't remember what you did to skid off. So.
Any advice, Tatiana?
Well, from when I first started APFT, honestly, I was not only was I like super intimidated, but I had so much fear because everybody was older. So I mean, people will make jokes like, "Oh, just working with dinosaurs," but I mean, again, I learned so much from these people, and they learned from me because I mean, this is like a new age kind of thing. Millennials are going at it with social media, so. You help them, just know that you're gonna be like a good resource. It's like, oh, she's younger, maybe she knows how we can do with social media wise, like she knows what's going on, she knows how to work certain applications or other types of programs more than we will. She'll capture that faster, unlike us.
Right.
That they'll have like that type of mentality. They're gonna want you just, get a bigger audience, a newer audience.
What's her name?
Felicity.
Felicity. So Felicity, on Wednesday, we'll have about 14 different organizations there. I'm not sure what the crowd will look like, but let's say there's 4 other individuals in line in front of you and you have just been dying to talk to the Ronald McDonald House. Like, I want to work there. Like, their social media internship is like what I want. But there's also opportunity, there's somebody that's not at another table.
Right.
I would leave that line and go practice my elevator pitch at another table. And so that way you still know that you're going to come back to the Ronald McDonald House and speak to them, but you'll have the opportunity, hey, so y'all want to come in?
Excuse us for being late.
That's okay, Dr. Benton. Okay, so as we were, is this business and professional? And they're all coming to the internship fair on Wednesday, right? Okay. This is great timing. Okay. So something I was sharing, Felicity asked the question. So for the first half of our session, we had an opportunity to hear from a UHD alum intern. He graduated in December and he had an internship this is May. It's right, we're in the fall. He graduated in May and had an internship last fall. This past
in the fall and
in the spring.
Yeah.
And then Tatiana is currently taking Comp 4098 in the internship experience, and she has enjoyed it so much to where she's going to actually extend her internship. And so as we're preparing for the internship there tomorrow, Felicity asked the question, what happens when you get into this line and let's say it's 5 people in line and you know that, let's say you really want to intern with the 5th Ward Redevelopment Conservatory, and I suggested to Felicity that you go and practice your elevator pitch at another organization's table. And so I'm going to come back to this slide about what jobs are available and talk briefly about, any more questions for our two panelists? Any more questions for them? Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so a couple of things that I want you all to do between now and Wednesday. The first thing is to prepare your 30-second elevator pitch. What's the 30-second elevator pitch? What's your name? Oh. Jasmine, it's okay, she don't know you. Jasmine, what's the 30-second elevator pitch?
You just briefly tell me the company about yourself.
Okay.
Oh, we want to go into detail. Like your name, where you plan to graduate, why you want to work.
Hi, Jasmine. My name is Dr. Murray.
Hi.
I'm gonna need your change to be a little stronger. Come on. There we go. My name is Dr. Murray. I'm a representative for the Fifth Ward Conservatory. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Jasmine. I am a senior. I don't know. I can't think right now.
That's good. That's good. Because we're in a teachable environment, right? So.
I'm sorry, I just noticed the thing was following.
Oh yeah, because we have 3 people that have joined us online, so they're recording.
Sidetrack.
So the first thing, you begin your elevator speech. It is not my name is. What is it? I am Dr. Creshema Murray, because that's your name, but this is who you are. So as you're working on that elevator pitch, I am Felicity. What's your last name? Tutu? I like your name, Felicity. I am Felicity Tutu. I am a sophomore communication studies major with a concentration in corporate communication. I'm currently looking for an internship in social media affairs. This is what I can offer your organization. And you have 2 or 3 things that you can offer. I've had 12 years of experience working on Instagram. I know you haven't. But you can think about, what experience do you have? What experience are you able to bring to them? Because there are several organizations that are available, but it's more of you guys than it is of them. And so you have to be prepared that, for instance, before you all came, our panelist was sharing with us information in terms of how you represent the university with the internship fair, and how one of our current students has done such an excellent job at her current internship that they want to extend 3 more positions for UHD Comm Study students in the spring. And on the flip side of that, we've had one organization that backed out because the student last fall quit the internship in the middle of the semester and didn't say anything. Which there are consequences with that. Number 1, you make the university look bad. Number 2, you're taking a course for credit. So that's an unnecessary W, right? But I want you all to think about that you're competing for these internships, because even after you fill out the application, they still want to interview you. There are several organizations that can't make it on Wednesday. And if you guys, do you all receive the emails from Dr. Murray? Yeah. That's me. Okay. So I send out, the goal is like to send out weekly. What'd you say?
They were oh,
that's you. That's me. That's me. That's me. The myth, the woman, the legend. So think about, I'm going to send out an email with a list of several internship opportunities that are available that won't necessarily be there on Wednesday. And so you're going to have to move on the internship experience fairly quickly. Tatiana, you started in August, but I feel like you sent me your paperwork in like late June, early July.
I think it was sometime in May.
Okay.
Because Dr. Rubicek, he asked me if I wanted to do it, like, spot on. Like, do you want to be an intern for my show? Absolutely.
Exactly. So the process, like, I want you all, and several students in the room before you all came in, many people are sophomores, and so I told them to start thinking about how the COM 4098, the internship experience, will fit into your course schedule. You can take the course up to 6 times. Milton and Tatiana both earn 6 credits of COM 4098. You have to be of junior standing, but I want you all to think about that. So go home, work on that 30-second elevator pitch. Number 2, prepare questions for each employer. And so it can be the same question that you go to every single table and ask. But I want you, when you go up and after you give that elevator speech, give them something to remember you by. So that when you actually apply or when you receive that interview with them, you can reflect on that time in the internship there. Or you can ask them that thought-provoking question that they weren't expecting from a student. What's an example of a question you would ask employers at an internship there? Yes.
What are you looking for in an intern? Or what was your experience with your intern?
Okay, great. What are you looking for from a UHD communication studies intern? What is a typical day in the life of an intern at your organization? Where do most of your interns land after working with you? Did you engage in field experience or an internship when you were in college? Why or why not? How was that experience? How has that helped you? Be prepared to ask people questions, because the one thing that we don't want you to waste your time, we don't want you to waste your professor's time for allowing you to come to the internship experience, but we also want our employers, we want to keep these partnerships and these relationships going as well. Any other questions you can think of, Jasmine?
No.
No? Not at all. Okay, great. The third thing, attend the internship fair on Wednesday. So, doors open at 11:30, be there at 11:30, right? Be there on time, ready to come in and to bum rush our employers. Bring at least 8 copies of your resume. So come in with your folio. Is anybody in here internship attire ready? Like right now? Right now.
Like dress?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, we have 2 people that are internship fair appropriate. I'm just checking because somebody may say like my shorts, t-shirt, and hat is internship fair appropriate. You cannot assume with anybody. So Milton, would you stand? Well, you have on jeans.
Yeah.
Okay, but from the top up. Okay, but the bottom, no jeans. Dr. Benson? It's not appropriate. You don't want to wear a jacket. He has on a tie. I would say you would be okay. I know your standard of excellence is up here, so Dr. Benson would have on a jacket. Yeah, this is not. I'm not having my hat and glasses. No, dressed in all black. That would okay. I don't feel like I'm internship there. Appropriate. Number one, I'm in a safe black and white color, but I don't feel visually I would stand out in the room. And so you want to think of, now you don't have to come in there with 100 pearls on.
See, we shouldn't have talked about this because now I'm getting a lot of questions.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So what's wrong with it? My toes are out. So I would not wear open toe shoes with this. This is like a fun. What'd you say? Yeah, this is like my wrist game's on. Okay, never mind. I'm trying to keep it corporate. But right, so I wouldn't wear all of this. I would generally wear like 1 set of pearls, 1 strand of pearls around my ear. I would have on just my watch. I wouldn't necessarily have on a fun shirt. If I were to wear pants, I would definitely want to wear a blazer. I prefer to wear dresses all the time, and so I would more than likely have a dress on with some clothes. Yes. What's your name?
I'm
Kalia. Thank you.
Would you say that if we're wearing dresses and skirts that I need to wear pantyhose or things of that nature?
Okay, so on Wednesday, the temperature in Houston is still going to be around 80 degrees. So you don't have to wear pantyhose. However, you do need to wear closed-toe shoes. You definitely need to wear closed-toe shoes. Your skirt and dress length needs to go where?
Your fingertips, it needs to go beyond your fingertips.
It needs to go over the knee. We need everything over the knee. You are just that's too short. It needs to go over, ma'am.
What about color?
Like
if you was to do a dress, like would you prefer like black or?
In terms of color, it could be whatever like you feel confident in. But I wouldn't necessarily. So I love the color pink. Like pink and turquoise, those are my power colors. However, for the internship there, I wouldn't necessarily wear pink. If I were wearing a suit, I may feel comfortable with a pink or turquoise scarf around my neck, but that's about it. Yeah. Good, yes, ma'am.
So how do you feel about button-down shirts for women?
That's fine. If you want to wear a button-down shirt with the skirt, that absolutely.
With the skirt, not pants.
If pants is your forte, yes, it's okay. We are about to end because I have a meeting at 1. But bring at least 8 copies of your resume on resume paper.
Huh?
It's the nice paper.
Not cardstock, resume paper. So do I need to send an email out to all Homestead students with a picture of resume paper? It's a linen,
Yeah.
so it's called linen paper. What do you say?
Like where we can get this from?
Like keep those.
No, the school be able to provide something.
The school couldn't provide that, but I'm glad you brought that up because that's something that I would like to address. It's something that maybe our home study students would need to have a copy of linen paper, especially in the business and professional class. Can you remind me of that? Thank you so much. But you definitely need linen paper. Resume needs to be 1 page, but it needs to be on linen paper. I don't want to see anybody with that copy.
Wait, so if we have, do you feel like the people won't like receive us well if we don't have this paper?
I don't think they necessarily won't receive you well, but as a UHD communication studies student, excellence is the standard. And so white paper that you turn in your essays on is not excellent color or no color. It can be the linen yellow.
She's gonna have legally blind.
Okay. Does that help you? I just want you to go in there. Think about it. You are competing with everybody in the room. What's your name?
Weldon Walker.
Weldon?
Walker.
Weldon Walker?
Yes, ma'am.
Weldon Walker is going to come in with his firm grip, his 3-piece suit, his dark voice. He's going to talk about his years of experience. And Tatiana, you're competing with Weldon Walker. Right? Weldon Walker, you're competing with Tatiana Tutu. Felicity. Sorry, Tatiana. Felicity Tutu. So I want you guys to think about it. This is in some ways a competition because you want to get the internship. Dress professionally, we've already talked about that. Visit each table. So go to every single table. Share your elevator pitch. Right? Who are you? I am Ellen Williams. Okay. And then ask that one question. Ask that one question to everybody. Any questions from me?
When is too much too much?
When is too much when it comes to what?
Telling about yourself. I mean.
So, what'd you say, Dr. Benson?
I think good question.
Yeah. So, you want to tell them things that are relevant to your UHD experience. So, I am Ellen Williams. I am a Helen.
Yes.
Classification?
Senior.
Senior. Concentration? Corporate.
Communication.
And what's your concentration?
Communication.
That's your degree. Your concentration, you're either corporate, health.
I say corporate.
Okay, so I am Helen Williams. I am a graduating senior. We graduated in May for summer. Okay, so good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
I am Helen Williams. I am a senior here at the University of Houston downtown. I'm a corporate communication major. And you can say that maybe you can give them a list of 2 or 3 courses, or you can say the reason why you're interested in working for their particular organization, even if it's one of those things. So on the SMORE that I sent out, that is the one that deals solely with the internship, I gave a list of about 12 organizations. Have you guys checked it out? First of all, do y'all read those emails I sent?
I'll read them now because I know who you are.
Sometimes.
I sent this email out to 400 some students and y'all didn't
It's been like 4 hours a day. You and the president, y'all send a lot.
wow.
It's good to put a name with the face.
But I just want to keep you all informed.
Dr. Murray,
Yes.
but to answer your question, it is an elevator pitch, so it does come from that stand where you meet somebody in the elevator. How long will the elevator ride last? And so you want to be able to state who you are as long as an elevator lasts about what, a minute maybe, 30 seconds, minutes. So that's how long you want to have your substance. What you want to contribute.
For those people that are not in Dr. Benson's class, don't forget to sign and so I can share this with your professors.
I have a question. So, would y'all be doing this for like a job fair too, and not just internship fair?
Would you do the same thing for the job fair?
No, like, will we have a job fair?
So in the spring, we'll have another internship fair because the UHD Career Center will have a job fair in the spring.
Okay.
I don't know the dates of the job fair, but we will have another internship fair in the spring for individuals interning summer and fall 2018. And then the university hosts a university-wide career
But I
fair.
think she was asking if you were gonna do a training session like this for the career. Is that what you're asking?
No, I was asking if we in communication department was gonna have a job fair, because I went to the one at the schoolhouse.
You trying to put pressure on me?
No. I'm just saying, like, I went to the one with that the school hosted, and there was no one there that took anybody for a communications major.
Okay.
Like, Waterburger was there.
Okay, so that's a great idea. The last question that I was going to ask, so this lunch and learn, this is new. This is kind of like, this is my brainchild because I want to be able to interact with more students, and then you all have the opportunity to like interact with your professors outside of class. In the spring, there are 2 events that's on the list. One is my branding session. Number 2 is an alumni job fair. We can work on that.
Please, because I graduated in May.
You gonna
And
help
I'm
me plan
lost.
it?
Yeah, I will. I definitely will.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Professor Mika.
Okay. Okay, any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, so now that you all have a face of the name, when you see me in the hallway speak, reply to my email, Dr. Murray. I at least check your email. If you have questions, stop by, here's some of my business cards. And I was giving away prizes to like the first 10 people that came in the room. Yeah. So, y'all have a fabulous day. Thank you. Have a great one. Okay. Hold on. Thank you for logging in online.
Somebody.
That's what I'm saying. It was
That was tardy, man.